No, it's probably fine. Hmm? Yeah, I gotta move it over. Hello, I'll be with you guys shortly. No, I was late. I was finishing a pizza. Eating lunch. All right, just give me a few minutes. Guys, this is a double needle technique, so you will need 2 needles. So make sure you guys grab 2 needles. I have 2 needles. I mean, if you guys know, you guys can do this all with a single needle too. Hello. Hi, everybody. Hello. How much thread? I'll let you know in just a moment. Probably a wingspan is probably good for now. Oh, we're making units, so. Where is the Mom? Peace. Thank you. All right, so we are doing the X's and O's bracelet today, so this is what we are doing. Hello, everybody. I'm glad you all are here. I'm sorry I was a few minutes late. I was eating. You know, it's important. That way I'm not grouchy. So, nobody wants Stephanie to be grouchy. Hello. So, probably future kits will look like, we'll have a gold one. So I'm going to be working with gold today because gold is easier to see than silver on here. Some of you have silver with pink. Some of you have the Bermuda blue. Amen to that. Yeah, you know, nobody wants Stephanie grouchy. So, like I said before, this is a double needle technique, so you would need 2 needles. We are going to thread a needle on either end of the string. So I will give you guys some time to locate another needle. Montees. You did not miss it. We're here. I haven't started yet. Giving you guys some time to log on, so no worries. Plus, it gives me some time to get ready since, you know, I was late to the party since we were doing leather show. Did you guys get all the leather that you were looking for? Hello. So you guys, in your kit, if you got a kit, you will have Swarovski Pearls. And they go with the Swarovski rings. So these are Swarovski cosmic rings that are in there. Article number 4139. They are the 14 millimeter size. We have some more on order. I know I'll be getting some Bermuda blue. So I think Mom, when she created it, she used Fireline. Is that correct, Mom? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fireline. So Fireline's fine. Speaking of Fireline, I have to go find myself some Fireline. Give me a moment. Yeah, but I need crystal. Thanks. Appreciate that. That's at home. So we're using Fireline today. I usually don't use Fireline right now, so. But yeah, so like I was saying, so these are the cosmic rings that are in your kit. Article number 439. They're 14 millimeter size. It's a good size. It's one of the smallest ones that they have. And they come in different colors and coatings and stuff like that. So so this one was the tobacco coating, which is kind of like a brownish, greenish. It's got some red in there. So it goes well with like bronzes and stuff like that. So we did that one with bronze and pink. We had the Bermuda blue, which we paired with the zinc metal seed beads, and the dreamy blue Swarovski pearls. So that was the other one. And I do have some more Bermuda blue rings coming in. And then there was also always the ever-famous Crystal AB, which goes well with the Dreamy Rose, Dreamy Blue, white pearls, whatever you want it to go with, it will go with it pretty much. So here it is in gold. So gold seed beads with that looks really pretty. All right. So let's get started. I will put, I'm going to use about a wingspan of Fireline. Wingspan is approximately, I don't know, 3 feet or so. Like a meter, a yard. I'm using 6-pound Fireline, and I'm using the crystal Fireline. And we're going to thread a needle on each side of the string. And doing a double needle technique on a camera that is this close is going to be interesting. So I'm going to be working like little tiny dinosaur arms. So what size are the pearls? The pearls are 6 millimeter. 6 millimeter Swarovski pearls. And I have white. The needle size that I'm using is about an 11 or a 10. So here are my 2 needles together. So the string goes all the way to the end. And it meets in the middle right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our 11-0 seed beads first in our pearls. And we're going to make the pearl component first. And I'm using, so if you guys got the silver kit, you have sterling silver beads in yours. If you guys got the bluish kit, you have zinc beads in yours. And this one, the tobacco, has permanent finish mauve seed beads in them. So with one needle, because it's easier to do this with one needle to start off with, you're going to grab a pearl, a seed bead, 11-0 seed bead, another pearl, 11-0 seed bead, another pearl, maybe, there we go. Am I off the camera? I think I'm off the camera. An 11-0 seed bead, another pearl, and 11-0 seed bead. So essentially, you will have 4 11-0 seed beads and 4 pearls. So this will make, when we bring it down to the edge of a thread, it will start to make one of these pearl components here. So you can see on the side here, there is an 11-0 seed bead that is in between each of the pearls. So if you count the number of pearls, you get 4 pearls, and in between each is an 11-0 seed bead, so that's 4 11-0 seed beads. So you're going to bring this down till you get to about the middle portion of your thread. And you're going to take your other needle, And you're going to travel back through the last pearl added. And then you're going to pull this. Pull both strings until it meets in the center. And then you'll have that unit. And I missed a pearl or a seed bead. It came off. It's over here. That's why. It's down at the other edge of my thread, and I never brought it down.
Okay, no problem.
Let me get my seed bead back in there and we will get back going again. This is so hard to do this from this angle. So I'm going to try to bring it up so that way you guys can see it a little better. I know it's not focused in a lot or very well, but for me to show you guys a double needle technique, I'm going to have to bring it up higher. So if you guys don't mind, because I know we're usually closer to the beads, but right now we have to be up high. So what I'm doing now is I'm just traveling back through the last pearl that we added. Okay, can you see that? With my second needle. I'm getting caught on things now. I swore I ate something, so, you know, I shouldn't be like this. There we go. So there is our pearl unit. Can you guys see that? Can somebody comment if they can see this okay, so that way I know I'm doing this the right way? Because I can't, it's above my head now, so I can't really see the camera, so I have to stand up. And then once somebody will tell me if we're doing okay, then I will sit back down. I have no idea where the laptop is.
Oh, no. I was just wondering how it looked on Facebook.
Somebody tell me they can see what I'm doing. Yes. Oh, thank you. All right, cool. Awesome. Cool. All right, so now we're going to decorate the top part. So in order for us to decorate the top part, we're going to also put in our Monte. So this is important. This is kind of why we're doing the double needle technique, is because it's easier to work with the Monte. So it sits right in the center. So with our two needles, okay, on one side, we're going to pick up 3 11-0s with one needle. 1, 2, 3. All right, with the other needle, we're going to pick up another 3 11-0s. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm going to bring this down to the edge of the thread on both sides. Okay, so there we go. All right. I hate it when my threads are not even. So if I flip this Monte over and I try to bring it closer to the camera so that way you guys can see it, there is an X pattern in the back. So the X pattern has little channels inside of it. So it means that our needles can pass through those channels. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to flip this back over to the side, and we're going to take our Monte, and we're going to make sure that it's flipped over to one side, and we're going to go through one side of the Monte with one needle, okay? All right. And then we're going to take this and grab our other needle and travel through the other part of the channel, like that. So it creates an X. Hey, BJ. All right, so there is 1/2 of it done. So you can see how it crossed over on itself now with the double needle technique. So now we still have our 2 needles that we're working with. So now we're gonna pick up 3 11/0 seed beads on 1 needle. And we're going to pass through the pearl that is directly opposite from the one that we started off with. So the thread that is on the right side of the pearl, we're gonna pass through the right side of the pearl now, all the way through to the left side. Okay, so now with our other needle, we are going to pick up another 3 11/0 seed beads. 2, 3. And we're gonna take our thread, and this thread is heading towards the left side of the pearl. So now we're gonna go through the left side of the pearl to the right side of the pearl, making sure we don't touch the seed beads that are on the side there. So see those seed beads that are on the side? I'm only going through the pearl. Nope, just the pearl, Trixie, just the pearl. It sounds like there's spirits in the background. There's people whispering because they don't want to be on live, Facebook Live, but that's what it sounds like, spirits are in the background. All right. Miss Four-Way. Yep. Well, we'll be doing another unit after this anyways, so. All right. So exiting the pearl now, we're going to pick up 3 11/0 seed beads with 1 and 1 8/0 seed bead. I like to do this with my right side. Yeah, just watch and then you can replay me, Trixie, no worries. So on my right side, right needle, I'm gonna pick up 3 11/0 seed beads and 1 8/0 seed bead, okay? This is my right needle. On my left needle, I'm gonna pick up 3 11/0 seed beads. Okay, so I'm gonna bring both the right and the left down to the edge of the bead there. And I'm gonna take my left needle and I'm gonna travel back through the 8/0 seed bead, the last 8/0 seed bead that we added. So when I travel back through, it means that I'm gonna make sure that, see how my thread is exiting on the one side of the bead? This is my exiting thread. So, because it's getting closer, so the beads get closer to the actual component, so that means that's where the thread is exiting. I'm gonna go in through where the thread exits with my left needle. So it's gonna cross over on itself again. Okay? Now we're going to pick up 2 8/0 seed beads on my right needle and 1 8/0 seed bead on my left needle. Bring those beads down to the edge. Taking my left needle, I'm going to travel back through the last 8/0 that I picked up with my right needle. So, see where the thread is exiting? It's exiting on that part, and I'm gonna travel back through. So wherever the thread is exiting, I'm gonna go into that side on that bead. Bring it down, pull it tight. Make sure you pull it tight after each one that you just added, okay? Because then, you know, it makes it easier to see where you're going, because it'll want to try to get loose. All right, so now we're going to do the part where we're going to make the connection for the ring, which is right here. We're doing this part right here. So Okay? So to do that, we're going to now pick up, with my right needle, I'm going to pick up 2 11-0 seed beads and 1 8-0 seed bead. With my left needle, I'm going to pick up 2 11-0 seed beads. We're going to bring down the seed beads all the way to the edge, to the end, where the component is now. Okay? And I'm going to bring this back up. I'm going to hold this again in my hand, and I'm going to travel back through the 8-0 seed bead. I will repeat, sorry. I'm going to travel back through the 8-0 seed bead where the thread is exiting. So the threads will cross on themselves. I'm going to do another unit again, another one of these components again, so that way you guys can see it. So if it'll feel better with you guys just watching me right now, and then you can join me for the second component, then you can do so. I got a delivery of bread. You never know what you're going to see on these videos. Oh, Greek bread too. Okay. Okie dokie. So, all right, on my right needle, we're going to do this for 5 units. Okay, so on my right needle, I'm going to pick up 2 11-0s and 1 8-0. On my, thank you. Ciao, Zio. On my left needle, I'm going to pick up 2 11-0s. We're going to bring those down. He's still laughing as he's walking out of here. We're going to bring down all the way down to the end. All right. And then I'm going to travel back through the last 8-0 that I added. So, again, this is the thread that I'm exiting. So you can always tell where the thread is exiting because the beads are going to go down to the components, all the way down to the component, all right? So I'm going to go into the bead where my thread is exiting with my left needle. Pull this tight. We got 2 units now. So now we're going to make a 3rd unit. Okay, so again, oops, pick up 2 11-0s with your right needle and an 8-0. And then with my left needle, I'm going to pick up 2 11-0s. So 11-0s are the smaller ones and the 8-0s are the larger ones. Bring those down to the edge. And Coco, if you have any problems with it, you know where to find me, sis. So, all right. And remember, we're going to go back through the 8-0 where the thread is exiting with our left needle. Back through. All right. That was our 3rd unit. Unit number 4. 2 11-0 seed beads, oops, an 8-0 on the right, 2 11-0 seed beads on the left. Bring those down. Okay. Hold this in your hand. Travel back through the 8-0 where the thread is exiting. It's kind of, I know I'm trying to focus in on this, wherever the camera may be. Oh, she brought the whole loaf in now. It's not like we're carbohydrate people, but I just had a loaf of bread passed right in front of me. Okay. These are really going to be really fun to revisit, these videos, after this is all over and you're like, what the hell? Shut up. At least I can't see it. Okay. Last one, guys. This is the last unit. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up 2 11-0 seed beads with our right needle and 2 11-0 seed beads with our left needle. Notice I did not pick up an 8-0 seed bead. And you're like, why is that? Okay, so the reason that is because we're going to use our 8-0 seed bead that is part of this unit right here. Okay, so if we look back at our components here, so you can see that there is an 8-0 component, right angle weave component there. We made our strip, which this is our strip right here, and the strip goes around the crystal ring. So we loop it through the crystal ring, and then we have to attach it to the 8-0 that's over there, the 8-0 seed bead. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring these beads through, okay? We're going to grab one of our crystal rings now. Face first. Oh, yeah. All right. Pay attention to your ring. You have one side that is one way. You have another side that is more reflective. I typically like to put my least reflective side up because it has more depth to it. This looks like a mirror. This looks like you're going to see yourself. This looks like it has more depth to it. So it looks like crystal, like a diamond, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to pass both our needles through the ring. Yeah, I know. Okay. And this strip now, so as you can see, it went through the strip now. And this strip is now going to fold over on top of the, on top of the ring. Okay. Wait, what's over there now? Oh man, I want those potato chips. Prime rib and horseradish. You brought them in for me? Thank you. Now we have prime rib and horseradish potato chips. Not that we're carb people at all. All right, so you can see that the ring is there. How many units? It's 5 units altogether. The 5th unit is the connection unit. So if I pull this back, you can count. With the 11-0s, it's 1 unit, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, and I'm creating my 5th unit right now. All right, so this is going to fold over on itself like this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right needle and I'm going to go in through the right side of that 8-0. Let's see, this is this is the first 8-0 and it's the second 8-0. So I'm going to take my right needle and I'm going into the right hole of the second 8-0. Okay, now I'm going to take my left needle and I'm going to go with the 2 seed beads that are on there and I'm going to go in through the left side of that same 8-0 seed bead in the connection. And there you go. So you connected one side. Okay, so to reinforce, we can go back through all the units again. All right, so if it feels like it's a little floppy, then we can go back through all the units again. So what you would be doing is you're going to be going through a crisscross pattern. So for example, if I wanted to reinforce this, I would take my right needle, go up through the first 2 11-0 seed beads. Thank you. And then through that 8-0 seed bead, that's the connection seed bead. And I would take my left needle and go up through the 2 11-0 seed beads on the left side. And then through the connection 8-0 to the right side. All right. So again, now I'm going to take my needle that's on the right side, which was originally on my left side, and it's going to go up through the two 11-0 seed beads on the right side, through the connection bead, the 8-0 connection, up through the two, with my left needle, up through the two 11-0 seed beads on the left side, through the connection bead to the right side. So every time that we do this, we're going to have one needle that is on one side of the bead, coming out of one side of the bead, and we're going to have the other needle that is on the other side of the bead. So if you finish a step and you end up with the needles that are on the same side, you did something wrong. All right, right needle up through the two beads on the right side, through the connection bead. And I do the right needle first just because I'm right-handed, but if you feel more comfortable with using your left needle as your more dominant, then you can do that. Left needle up through the two beads on the left side, through the connection bead to the right side. So again, two strings, one coming out of one side, one coming out of the other side. So right needle through the two beads. Now I'm going through the unit. Sit here in between the crystal here, so it's harder to see. So through the two beads on the right side. Make sure you do your thread does not loop around the crystal bead. Then through the 8-0 connection bead. Take your left needle. Travel through the crystal and through the two beads, the two 11-0s on the left side. Through the connection bead, which is our 8-0. Now we're reinforcing our last unit here. Through the two beads on the right side. Through the connection bead. Take your left needle. Go through the two on the left side. And through the connection bead. I flipped it over to the back side, so just because that's the way I was heading. So now what we're going to do is we want to end up coming out of this pearl that's on this side. So as you can see, this is a double connection unit. So we just did one half of it right here. So now we're going to do the other half of it on this side, so we can connect another ring on the other side. So we're going to have to travel through the beadwork in order to do this. Now, you can do this with just one needle at a time and then come back and grab the other needle and follow your way through. Just make sure that there is one needle coming out of the right side of the pearl and one needle coming out of the left side of the pearl. That's what you got to make sure of. So now, all right, travel up through on the right side and through the connection bead. And I'm going to do this right needle and then through a unit, and then I'm going to pick up my left needle and go through a unit. So that way I don't get confused at the end. Okay? So now with my left needle, I'm going to go up through the left side and through the connection unit. Remember, I'm just traveling through here. I'm not adding anything. I'm just traveling through here so I can get to this pearl on this side. Going to take my right needle again. Travel through the 3 seed beads that are on the right side. and then through the pearl. Okay, pick up my left needle, travel through the 3 11-0 seed beads on the left side, and then through that pearl to go to the right side. That's really good. All right. I'm telling you, I can be. All right, we're gonna grab our right needle, and now we're gonna travel up through the right side of this big unit. So this unit is bigger than what our seed beads are here, but it acts the same, okay? So I'm gonna travel through on the right side, 11-0 seed bead, the 6mm pearl, 11-0 seed bead, and through the 6mm pearl. Now I'm gonna grab my left needle, and I'm gonna travel through on the left side, 11-0 seed bead, the 6mm pearl, 11-0 seed bead, and through that end 6mm pearl. And we are at the edge of the pearl now. So now we're gonna get ready to add our units on this other side so we can connect our crystal ring on the other side. So I laid it facing up now so that way we can see what we're doing, and it looks prettier on this side anyway, so. Okay, so we're doing the same thing that we did on this side as we did on the first side. So for that, we're gonna pick up, with our right needle, we're gonna pick up 3 11-0 seed beads, and 8-0, okay? And with our left needle, we're gonna pick up another 3 11-0 seed beads. We're gonna bring both needles with the beads all the way down. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my left needle, and I'm gonna travel back through the 8-0 that is on the right side, so that the threads cross each other. All right, so now I have to do this 8-0 unit that's right here. So I'm gonna grab 2 8-0 seed beads with my right needle, and with my left needle, I'm gonna pick up 1 8-0 seed bead. Bring those all the way down. Okay, so with my left needle, I'm gonna travel back through the last 8-0 seed bead that we added with the right. So that way the threads cross over each other. All right, so now we're gonna do those 5 units that go around the crystal ring. So pick up 1, 2, 3, excuse me, 2 11-0 seed beads and an 8-0 seed bead on your right needle. On your left needle, you're gonna pick up 2 11-0 seed beads. Bring those all the way down. And with your left needle, you're gonna travel back through the last 8-0 seed bead you added so that way the threads cross over on each other. So remember, after each step where we cross over each other, there is going to be a unit in your left hand, a needle in your left hand, and a needle in your right hand. So there is going to be a string coming out of the left side of the bead and the right side of the bead. So if you end up with the strings coming out of both sides of the beads, then you've done something wrong, okay? So you got to back it out. All right, so that's the first unit. So now we're going to do the second unit. 2 11-0 seed beads with the right needle and an 8-0. Left needle, 2 11-0 seed beads. Bring those all the way down to the edge. I'm pretty sure. I'm not totally positive, not 100% positive, but I'm pretty darn sure. And you're going to travel back through the last 8 OCB that you added so that way the threads cross on each other. Did she buy it? Silly you. Okay, so now we're going to continue on. We got 2 of those units done, and we got to have a total of 5. So that means we're going to do 4 complete units, and our 5th unit is going to be our connection piece. Okay, so with our right needle, we're going to pick up 2 11-0 seed beads and an 8-0. Oops. With our left needle, we're going to pick up 2 11-0 seed beads. Bring those all the way down to the edge. Take your left needle and travel back through the 8-0 seed bead that you just added so that the threads cross over each other. They make like an X on top of each other. All right, this is unit number 4. 2 11-0 seed beads and an 8-0 with your right needle, with your left needle, 2 11-0 seed beads. Bring those all the way down. Take your left needle and travel back through the 8-0 seed bead on the right side so that the threads crisscross, make an X on top of each other. All right, so let's count the units. So after the 8-0s, the 8-0 unit, we should have 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 5th one is our connection unit. So we're going to grab another one of these crystal rings. All right, so prepare ourselves for this. We're going to pick up 2 11-0 seed beads with our right needle and 2 11-0 seed beads with our left needle. I'm going to bring those beads down to the end. All right, and I'm going to go up through the crystal ring with my 2 needles. Okay, I still have a right needle and still have a left needle. I just brought the crystal ring down. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold this strip over on itself, okay? Just like that. Pull this into the screen a little bit better. And we're going to take our right needle and we're going to go into the second 8-0 seed bead from the beginning here. Yeah, if you guys can do it with a 1 needle technique, then it's fine. Trust me, you're not hurting my feelings at all. So I prefer a 1 needle too, but this is how it was made originally. So, all right, right needle through the right side of the 8-0. Left needle through the left side of the 8-0. So that way they cross. See the crisscross there? Pull it through. And you connected your second ring. So again, we're going to go back through all these beads again to reinforce. So it means, just like I did before, we're going to travel up through, with our right needle, up through the 2 11-0 seed beads, going back through the crystal ring again, and then through that connection 8-0. Taking our left needle, we're we're gonna go up through the two 11OC beads on the left side and through the connection bead, which is the 8/0. All right, right needle up through the two 11OC beads on the right side and through the 8/0 connection bead. Left needle through the two 11OC beads on the left side. And through the connection bead, which is the 8OC bead. Okay, right needle up through the two beads on the right side, through the connection bead. Left needle through the two 11OC on the left side, and then through the connection bead. All right, through the ring now. Right needle through the two 11OC beads on the right side, through the connection bead. Left needle through the ring, through the two 11OC beads on the left side, through the connection bead. Right needle through the two 11OC beads on the right side, through the connection bead. Left needle through the two 11OC beads on the left side, through the connection bead. Okay. Through the 8/0 on the right side with your right needle, through the connection bead. Left needle through the 8/0 on the left side, through the connection bead. I can see you now, Anita. Hey. Hi. We figured it out. All right, right needle through the three 11OC beads on the right side and through the 6mm pearl. Left needle through the three 11OC beads on the left side. Now, my units are done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my needles off. And notice I did not go through that pearl. So my two strings are all both on the same side now, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna tie a knot with both strings, like so. Just an overhand knot to end it. Okay, that is one of the units. So when we look at the full-size bracelet, so this is probably what most people are going to need for a full-size bracelet, would be like this. It fits my wrist, which I'm about a 6.5 to 7 inch wrist. So, okay. So let me put this down next to the unit that we created. So in order to do that, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make another unit and we're gonna connect to the existing crystal ring that's here, and then we're going to connect a new crystal ring. Okay? So let's do another unit so that way we can go over it again on how to do the pearl units and how to do the connection. And I have another piece right here that I will use to connect. That's right. Good job, Sue. If you add a Monty on the back side, bam, and the seed beads up on top, it is reversible. So if you have a ring like Bermuda blue, which is silver on one side, and that Bermuda blue color on the other side, then you totally do have a reversible bracelet. All right, so let's start creating by one of those other pearl units, okay? So that way I can connect these two together. Just gonna cut my strings here because we're done with those. And I'm gonna grab another wingspan of fire line. And this is a double needle technique, so I'm going to thread a needle on each end of my thread. So here's my two ends of thread, 1 and 2. So I'm gonna thread a needle on both ends. There's a needle on the left side. There's my needle on the right side. 2 needles. Can you do this with with just using 1 needle? Of course you can. Not a problem.
Did you look it up, Anita? Okay, one moment, let me get to
All right, so 4 pearls is what we're gonna need. So with our right needle, because I typically pick up with my right side, we're gonna pick up an 11/0 seed bead, a 6mm pearl, 11/0 seed bead, 6mm pearl, 11/0 seed bead, 6mm pearl, 11/0 seed bead, and oops, that one has a string going through it, and a 6mm pearl. All right, we're gonna bring this down to the middle of our thread. All right, then with our left needle, we are gonna travel through the last pearl that we picked up. There you go. Easy peasy pumpkin squeezy. All right, so now we're gonna add the Monty up to the top. So on our right needle, we're gonna pick up 1, 2, 3 11/0 seed beads. On our left needle, we're gonna pick up 1, 2, 3 11/0 seed beads. We're gonna bring those down to where the pearls are, okay? I just flip this unit over, so that's why it looks a little bit weird. All right, we're gonna pick up our Monty now. And I explained this before, but I'll explain it again. So Montees are Swarovski crystals that are set in a setting. See, you can see the 4 little prongs that are up on top, all right? So if I flip this over to the back side, there is what looks like an X pattern in it. The X pattern has channels in it, so you can see one of the holes right there. So what you're going to do is making sure that your Monty is going to be looking face up, so that way you see the shiny side, because we all want to see shiny. You're going to travel through 1/2 of that Monty, straight through, okay? Bring that down to the edge, okay? Sit the Montee if you want, so it lays flat around the pearls. And then that unoccupied hole, when it's sitting in flat, that hole that is open, you're going to travel straight through that hole. So essentially what the thread is doing is it's crossing over on itself. Okay? Ta-da! So it will sit right on top. So back to the right needle, pick up 3 11-0 beads. 1, 2, 3. And travel through the right side of the pearl that is opposite the pearl that we just started, okay? With our left needle, we are going to pick up another 3 11-0 beads. And we are going to travel back through the left side of the pearl. We're going to tighten everything up now. So that way it looks like a complete unit. All right. So now we're going to start making the strip for our connection piece. Okay? And I like to build outward like this so I can see it going. So I just flip the unit over. So this has to go out around the pearl now. So we'll have to pick up 3 11-0 beads at first and 1 8-0 bead on our right needle. On our left needle, pick up 3 11-0 beads. Okay? Bring the seed beads from both needles down to the edge of the thread. With our left needle, we are going to travel back through the last 8-0 seed bead that we added so that the threads cross on top of each other. So I will tell you that the double needle is easier for people that have never beaded before. So, yeah, I know. So if you have beaded before, probably a single needle will be easier. It's just the way it works out. So, because most people just got it programmed in their head when they're using a single needle. So, all right. Right side, right needle, 2 8-0 seed beads. Left needle, 1 8-0 seed bead. Bring those down to the edge. Okay. Take the last 8-0 seed bead that was added on the right side and travel back through it with your left needle so it crosses over on itself like an X pattern. Okay, right needle, 2 11-0 seed beads and an 8-0 seed bead. Left needle, 2 11-0 seed beads. Bring those down to the edge of your thread. Take your left needle and travel back through the 8-0 seed bead that you just added on the right side so that it crosses on top of each other. That is our first unit of 5 total units for the 11-0 seed beads and the 8-0s. So remember, when we're doing that, we're making 4 complete units, and our 5th one is our connection unit. So with your right needle, pick up 2 11-0 seed beads and an 8-0. Left needle, 2 11-0 seed beads. Down to the edge. With your left needle, travel back through the 8-0 seed bead on the right side so that the threads cross over each other. Okay, right needle, 2 11-0 seed beads and an 8-0. Left needle, 2 11-0 seed beads. Bring those down to the edge. Travel through the last 8/0 added with your other needle.
Would you like to purchase it? Okay, did you go to our bead store on Facebook? Beadjoux bead store?
Okay, right needle, 2 11/0 beads and an 8/0 bead. Left needle,
Yes.
2 11/0 beads.
What she's doing right now. Right now she's teaching her class, and it's the one before that one.
All right, travel back through the 8/0 bead that you just added on the right side with your left needle, so that way threads cross each other. We have now 1, 2, 3, 4 units. Okay, so our 5th unit is our connection piece. So I'm going to use my previous one that I created, and I'm going to connect to the previous one we created. I could speak, that I just created before. So, okay. So what I'm going to do now is on my right needle, I'm going to pick up 2 11/0 beads.
Okay, go on Facebook.
On my left needle, I'm going to pick up 2 11/0 beads. Okay. And we're going to travel up through that previous crystal ring. All right. Make sure we're passing up through it. I lay it flat down so that way I know I'm passing up through it. And it's important because we don't want the units to get flipped over. Got my needles crossed. Okay, so with my right needle, I'm going to go through the right side of the 8/0 bead, the second one from the pearl. So 1, 2. It's in the middle. It's always our connection one. Through the right side, okay? With my left needle, I'm going to go through the left side of that 8/0 connection bead. Hello, you made it. Yay. Pull it tight. And there you go. You have connected. Okay? Remember, I like to go through and I like to reinforce. If you feel comfortable with yourself and not reinforcing, you're fine. That's fine with me. It doesn't bother me at all. I just like to reinforce it because, you know, it just makes it a little bit more sturdier. All right? So to reinforce it with my right needle, I'm going to go up through the 2 beads on the right side, 11/0 beads on the right side. And then through the connection bead. With my left needle, through the 2 11/0 beads on the left side. Do not wrap your thread around your units. There you go. And then through the connection bead. Right needle. Through the 2 11/0 beads and through the 8. Left needle. Through the 2 11/0 beads on the left side. Through the connection bead. Right needle. Through the through the C beads on the right side, through the connection bead. Left needle, through the 2 beads on the left side. And then through the connection bead. Right needle, through the 2 beads on the right side, through the connection bead. Left needle, through the 2 beads on the left side. Oops. Through the connection bead. Right needle. Through the 2 beads on the right side. Through the connection bead. Left needle. Through the 2 beads on the left side. Through the connection bead. Right, through the right side, through the connection bead, left, through the left side, through the connection bead, all right, right side, through the 311C beads on the right side, through the 6mm pearl, which is our connection bead, left needle, through the 311C beads on the left side, through our connection bead, right needle, through the 11O, pearl, 11O, and through our connection pearl, left needle, through our pearl, our 11O, our pearl, and our 11O, through our connection pearl. So now we connected another unit to a previous ring. Okay? So, if you were making the bracelet lengthwise, where's my bracelet? Here it is. You would create another unit here to connect to another ring. So you would have another 2 rings to go after that, okay? So you make another unit on this side, another connection unit to connect to the ring, and then you would make another pearl component and make the connections on each side. I'm gonna show you now how to finish off the bracelet, okay? So I'm gonna pretend like, you know, we got this completed and all together and everything, and we're going to complete this bracelet. So the completed bracelet has 4 rings and 3 pearl units. All right, at the edge of each ring, there is another connection piece here with some wire protectors that connects to a clasp. So I'll show you guys how to make that connection piece with the ring. All right, like I said, I have about a 6.5 inch wrist to a 7-inch wrist. So it fits me nicely with some room. If you need a larger bracelet, all you have to do is extend this out on this side here. So you would make a little bit more units here of these right angle weave units with the 8s to extend it out. All right. So let's make the end component here, which is what we're going to use to connect to close off the bracelet. So what we're gonna do is we're going to make first our 8O right angle weave unit that's right here. Then we're gonna make our 5 unit strip that goes around the ring. And then we're gonna go back through the 8O unit and we're gonna connect with our wire protector. We're gonna do this with a double needle technique, so that way we keep the technique the same way throughout. So we're gonna need, you know, a little bit less than a wingspan of fire line. Half a wingspan of fire line will probably suffice for this. And we're gonna add a needle on either side of the string. Just one side, one needle. The other side, the other needle. All right, so like I said before, we're gonna start with making our 8-0 connection bead. So with my right, I'm gonna pick up 4 8-0 seed beads. We're gonna drop this down to the end. And with my left needle, I'm gonna travel back through the last 8-0 I picked up with my right needle. And there is our first right angle weave unit with 8-0s. All right, now we're gonna make that strip like we did before to connect to the ring. So exiting the 8-0, we're gonna pick up with our right needle 2 11-0 seed beads and an 8-0 seed bead. With our left needle, we're gonna pick up 2 11-0 seed beads. We're gonna bring this down to the edge, and then we're gonna travel back through the last 8-0 that we added, so with our left needle, so that way the threads cross over each other. Oh, it's super shiny, isn't it, Sue? Thank you, appreciate it. My mom made it, so I gotta thank Mom. I'm just the one that gets to teach it. All right, right needle, 2 11-0 seed beads and an 8-0. Left needle, 2 11-0 seed beads. Bring them both down to the edge, travel back through the 8-0 seed bead with the left needle, so that way the threads cross over on each other like an X. Tighten it. Right needle, 2 11-0 seed beads and an 8-0 seed bead. Left needle, 2 11-0 seed beads. Bring those down to the edge. Left needle, travel back through the 8-0 seed bead, so that way it crosses on to each other. We have 3 units now, so I gotta make one more complete unit, and then we're gonna attach this to the ring. Right needle, 2 11-0 seed beads and an 8-0 seed bead. Left needle, 2 11-0 seed beads. Bring it down to the edge. Travel back through the 8-0 seed bead with your left needle, so that way it cross over on each other, makes an X pattern. Pull it tight. So now, count the units, not looking at this 8-0 unit with the 11-0s in it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Great, we have 4. Our 5th one is our connection piece. So I'm gonna grab my display piece here. Pick up 2 11-0 seed beads with our right. 2 11-0 seed beads with our left. With my display piece laying face up, I'm gonna pass up through the crystal ring with the 2 needles. Okay. And then I'm gonna go into that second 8-0 seed bead from the end. So right side into the right side of that second 8-0 seed bead, left needle into the left side. of that second 8OC bead. So that way they cross over on each other. Okay. So remember, we're going to reinforce again, and it is especially important that we reinforce on this because it is our last unit and it is our connection unit. So it's going to get the most wear and tear on it. So right side, right needle, up through the right side, the 2 11OC beads on the right, through the connection bead. Left, up through the 2 11OC beads on the left side, through the connection, right needle, up through the 2 on the right, through the connection, 8O, left needle, up through the 2 on the left, through that connection, right needle, up through the 2 on the right, through the connection, left needle, up through the 2 on the left, through the connection. Because we're close to the ring now, I'm going to go through the ring. So through the 2 11OC beads in the ring with my right needle, through the connection, left needle, through the 2 11OC beads on the left, through the connection, right needle, last unit, through the 2 11OC beads on the right, through the connection, left needle, through the 2 11OC beads on the left, through the connection. So we made it back to all the way around the ring to where we started. I'm going to want to come out of this last 8OC bead here with both of my needles. So I'm going to go up through the right side with my right needle, up through the connection bead. Going to grab my left needle, go through the left side, through the connection bead. So now if I'm looking at it, I have a string coming out on either side of the 8OC bead, that last 8OC bead that we added. Excuse me, it's actually the first 8OC bead that we added way at the beginning of the step, but it is the last 8OC bead right now. So now we're going to add our wire protector. I know they're around here somewhere. I saw them briefly before. Here we go. I have silver wire protectors, just ignore that. Oh no, they're gold. Never mind, they're gold. I'm just colorblind at the moment. All right, so if we look at our example piece here, we have exiting that 8OC bead, I have 2 11Os on either side, and then I have my horseshoe wire protector. All right, the wire protector is connected to the magnetic clasp. So we're going to take our 2 needles. On my right side, I'm going to pick up 2 11OC beads. And I'm going to go up through one side of the wire protector. If you look at the wire protector, it has holes on it. It looks like a horseshoe. And it's got holes on either side. All right. So we're going to go up through one side of the wire protector. Okay. And now I'm going to pick up 2 11OC beads with my left needle. And just before I go through the left side of that horseshoe, or the other side that's not hooked up, you saw I just added that clasp, just strung that clasp through the horseshoe shape, okay? And now I'm gonna go up through the unoccupied hole on the wire protector. Okay, now with our needles, we're gonna travel through the holes on the clasp. Okay, again, taking our thread needle, going through the hole of the clasp. Okay, now needle on the right side, I'm going to travel back down the right side of the wire protector and through those two 11OC beads. Back through the 8OC bead connection. With my left side, back down the left side of the wire protector, maybe if it stops getting attached to the actual clasp, and through the two 11OC beads on the left side. So we can then travel back through again, but this actually has two strings through it because we went through on both sides. So we can just tie it together at this point. I kind of like an extra little layer of protection there. So I'm actually just going to take my needle that is on the left side. I'm going to travel through to the right. And I'm just going to retrace the thread path again of all these beads with the wire protector. Just to make sure. 3 passes through should be good. Okay, now remember, both of my threads are exiting out of the, one's exiting out of the 8O and the other one's exiting out of the two 11Os. So that means they're both together, which means I can tie a knot right here. Now I'm just going to tie a simple overhand knot. And that's it. Just cut your threads. And you have added your clasp to your bracelet. So you just finish out the other side of the bracelet to the length that you need. Remember, 4 crystal rings. Your crystal rings are at either end, and they are going to be your connection pieces for where your clasp goes. 3 pearl units in between the 4 crystal rings. Okay? Does anybody have any questions? No questions? When I did it, I ended up crisscrossing in the front of the ring. So what I did is I brought my 2 needles up through the back part of the ring. So that way the strip would fold over on itself on the top part of the crystal. I just, so that way I know what's going on. I like to look at the top of the crystal. We are 2 needled out. I know, me too. Trust me. I am not used to using 2 needles, so I was kind of a little bit of I had 2 left hands during this, so. Oh, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna take you guys off the stand. Okay. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. I will see you guys next week for something. I know for sure we're gonna have another crystal thingy, trunk show thing, Swarovski crystal. So I'll see you on Saturday definitely for that. I'm going to work on another project this weekend for you guys. It'll probably be something with sequins. So it probably won't be next Saturday because I know I need to give you guys some time to order some sequins and stuff like that. So we could probably see the Saturday after that. So we might be teaching Art Deco next week. So I will show you guys Art Deco later on. But yeah, so thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Have a super fabulous weekend, and I will see you guys next week. Okay? Bye.